Hi, and welcome to String Maestro, the channel that explores ABRSM and Trinity exam pieces and other stringy things. In this video I'm going to explore left-hand technique and this idea which I call the walking fingers idea. So it's how we get from one finger to another. Now I've been greatly influenced by one of my cello heroes called Stephen Doan. He has written this wonderful book called this wonderful tome called Cello Ergonomics. It's absolutely wonderful. I've integrated a lot of these ideas into my playing over the years, and I think they really work. They're genius and very, very simple, like most things in life. Simple and effective. So let's use this exercise is called the walking fingers exercise. So we start off with our first finger on the first finger E on the D string, and you'll notice that I have my hand inclined back, so you can actually see the palm of my hand. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bend the first finger from the bass joint. So this is the bass joint here, up there, and what happens is once you bend that actually moves your thumb. So I'm not moving my thumb deliberately, it's just happening itself. And then that actually brings me to my third finger. Whenever I get to the third finger, I take my first finger off, and now I allow all of the weight of my arm to go into the new finger, so I'm balancing now on the new finger. And then I do the same thing with my fourth finger, so bend 3, which takes me to the 4. Now to go back, I just pull the fingers back. So 4 to 3, big stretch from 3 to 1, pulling the 3 back. Fingers are very springy, elasticated. So, and then that brings me to the 1, and then it settles in its natural position. So bend the 1, go to the 3, up to the 4, pull the 4 back, 3 back, and back to the 1. Now the opposite of that would be a thing called the claw, where you put one finger down, then you keep that one down whenever you put the new one down, and you do the same with the other finger. So you can see that all the way along here, this bass joint, my hand's very tense. It looks really, really tense. It feels really, really tense. It's not a good idea. It is not good cello technique, and you certainly wouldn't be able to play in an orchestra or anything that lasts for any length of time, like the prelude or the first Bach suite or anything like that, with your hand like that, without being in pain or you'd be in trouble after a few years of playing like that. So here's the exercise you've got. Now I'm going to incorporate a thing called the chop. So that's this idea where I'm going to whack the string at the heel of the bow, the bottom 2 inches of the string, and I'm going to whack, and then I'm going to lift the bow off. So there's a down chop and an up chop, down, up, down, up. So my bow's sort of going at a diagonal like this. It's not just going down, it's not just going that way. It's actually, I'm thinking more of a diagonal like that. So it's going down and to the right and then up. So I'm actually using my wrist a lot. Not really my arm, really my wrist. So why am I doing it? Because it's fun, that's why. So here we go, here's the exercise. And whenever you play the chop, keep your fingers down on the string. Do you hear the difference between that and... because you don't want to hear the open string. So here we go again. Now one other thing that's happening is you might notice that my forearm is rotating. So this is what Stephen Doan calls the roll. I'd really recommend at this stage that you watch some of his videos on YouTube. Absolutely excellent, really fantastic. So this is the roll. So we're rotating our forearm. So whenever you go to the 3, you can't see the palm of your hand anymore, and on the 4 you can't, but on the way back you're rolling back. So a forward roll and a backward roll, and so that brings all of the weight from your arm into the new finger. It feels lovely and secure. So you can try and get that exercise a little bit faster. You can put in a slur. And even get rid of the chop. Down, up. Getting slower. So you see how it works. So now another little exercise along those lines is one I call the Munchkin Exercise. Why? Because it sounds a little bit like the Munchkin song, which goes like this. Too complicated, you can just simplify it by doing this and do that over and over until the cows come home, and get rid of the chop and just do this or faster, slower. You get the idea. So there we have it, the walking fingers idea and also the Munchkin idea. So remember, just lower the bass joint. Use a little exercise I do is with my students, I get them to put their hands here and then just press that bass joint down like that. And why don't you do this sound effect? Boingy, 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 like a trampoline. Try and do that. Make your hand nice and spongy and elasticated. So what you definitely don't want is your hand to be in a vice grip like that. It has to have that lovely flexibility about it. And another little tip is, I like to tap my fingers. It just helps me to give a lovely release in each of the fingers. So you don't want to jam each finger down like that and it's really, really, really stiff. Instead, tap the finger, and you'll notice that Stephen Doane talks about it engaging a little bit of vibrato. So you can see how my finger's wobbling a little bit, and after I tap, I relax. And you can hear that little tapping percussive sound. So you can even do that without the bow. So you can do go do a chromatic scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. With the roll, so that I'm tapping, and after you tap, you release the pressure. If I did that without releasing, it's terribly tense, especially in this bass joint. The whole thing seizes up. So every so often, just scan your bass joints and ask yourself, are my bass joints nice and relaxed? Are they nice and springy? Or have I gone back to this awful claw-like shape? So I hope that's been helpful. Check out Stephen Doane, absolutely amazing and genius. So until the next time, Cello!